welcome along and welcome back to Spruce Mountain Farms. Today we are going to be getting field 7 turned around. We need to get all of the bales off that, and we need to get it sorted so that it is planted or ready to be replanted with a whole load of grass. We're going to concentrate on field 7, get that field sorted. We've got till October for both of our crops, so we're a way off getting any of those done. The reason why I'm clearing out this shed at the moment is because we need to get this cleared in order to have some space to store the bales. So I'm rearranging things a little bit, making space for somewhere for our bales to go. I asked last video what you guys thought, whether I should keep the pickup for our forage harvester or whether we should go and stay with the Vermeer baler going forwards. It was about 90-95% of responses that said go for the Vermeer baler. So I think that's what we're going to go for. I'm just going to put this in this shed here if I can avoid the tree enough and still get it in here straight enough. Yeah, there we go. This shed is great for storing things like this. So that can all go there. And yeah, we are therefore going to get rid of that front pickup. I have a feeling that we were going to have to do that anyway, to be honest, because I think if we check it, looking at this pickup, it is grass only anyway. So I don't think that we can pick up hay even with this header. So yeah, let's get that returned. So return that. Yes. That is of no use to us whatsoever. So we are keeping this Vermeer baler and running with that on the farm. And now this, I want to get this cedar into a shed. I don't think I can. Ooh, is that gonna make it in? No, that's not, is it? That's too wide for that door. Only just too wide for that door. So all the doors on this farm are that size. That's annoying, to say the least. We've not got a huge amount of bales, so I'm going to move this along, and we'll still store this in this shed. Yeah, but I'm going to move the animal transport out of the way first. The situation with our cows is that they are about halfway through their feed. I think they're going to do okay for the year with the feed they've got. But we are in a position where we're going to at some point need to top their feed back up, and at the moment we have nothing to do it with. We've got lots and lots of grass on the farm that isn't cut yet, and we're going to be spending some time over the summer doing that, because as I said, we don't have any crops to harvest till October, but at the moment we haven't started harvesting our grass at all. That sticks a very long way out of that shed. That is a much better place to put it. And yeah, things like this can just go in here. Nice and long, and it's nicely stored. Okay, last bit to do. We're just going to put the cedar in at this end of this shed. It'll be fine under here with the straw. And then we'll put the straw on the far side of the shed over here, and that will all work out fairly well for us. So that is us done with this tractor for now. We are going to need to get the soil sampler out later, because none of field 7 has been sampled yet. But first, I'm going to jump in our New Holland here, switch over its front tool, because we don't need the big bag handler at the moment. What we need instead is something we can pick up bales with, and that's something we've got is our manure bucket on here, which was always has always been what we handle bales with around here. And then, yeah, we've got 7 odd bales to pick up, I think, which is great. So we'll get all of these off this field, clear this off. There's a few stones on this field as well. So in getting this field ready and turned around, we are going to have to probably go and grab a stone picker, I think. There we go. So yeah, I've worked out where my middle spike is now. And as long as I keep that in the right place and equidistant from my 2 bales, it should be absolutely fine. And we're not going to use a trailer or anything to load up off the field here. We're just going to stick these down here. Now, I think going forward, we'll probably have to buy straw bales. We've not got a harvester on the farm. And as we demonstrated last time, we don't really make any money from harvesting it anyway, other than to have some straw about to stick into the cow feed. We don't need an awful lot of straw to stick into the cow feed. We're not currently doing any manure-based stuff anyway, so we don't really need it for manure. It's just purely to cut down the cost on the feed. And if it costs us a whole load of money to do it, then it's not really worth doing. And that actually goes for putting it in the feed as well. If the straw starts to cost us a load of money and isn't really a byproduct, it's not massively worth us putting it into our animal feed. What I do need to go and buy, and is worth putting into our animal feed, is some of the mineral feed. Mineral feed really, really boosts the amount of milk that cows make. Well worth including in your mix, and yeah, I'm very much in favor of making sure you've got some mineral feed in for when you're feeding your cows. Last 2 bales, that one there, and then try to do this from in cab. Always like to try and challenge myself doing various things in Farm Sim, and in cab, oh wow, in cab bale collection is one of them. It's it takes a steady hand, simply because you have you have a lot less visibility obviously than you do in third person, but if you can make it work, it's really satisfying, and adds to that extra simulation kind of level to it. There we go. And off. So we've got 8 bales in here now to feed to the cows. So that's good. We needn't have emptied everything out of this shed. Yeah, I think if we eventually expand beyond where we are and do end up getting some sort of arable operation set up here, then that is going to be a big way to go for that, with lots and lots of bales. What we need to do now is hook this tractor up to the soil sampler and go and sample field 7, so that we can work out what we need to do on the field, if anything, before we get the grass sown in it. We certainly need to run over it now with a mulcher, and we need to get the so we're going to need to mulch it. We might need to throw some lime on it. Do we still? I don't think we still have the lime spreader. I think we might have returned that. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere in our set of equipment. So yeah, we may have had a small mess up there where I've returned the lime spreader. If I can get a small lime spreader, I will, though. Right, and let's take a sample on our first spot. And yeah, we're going to sort of have alternating spots, I think, on this field to get the whole thing covered. So over here and there. And so, yeah, I think we're going to end up with about 6 samples off here in order to cover the whole field. Only £600 to get the whole thing done. And that means that we are going to not be too expensive to have this field fully done, which is not bad, seeing as it's a grass field that this is going to be anyway. And we want to maximize our hay bales. And actually, that's a good reason why I need that space for bales. Because it's not just the straw bales that are going in that shed, of course. It's going to be the future hay bales that we cut as well. So, yeah, I keep forgetting. It's not just straw bales that we're going to have on this farm. It's hay bales. We're not doing the loose hay because it's not feasible for us to do the loose hay. We'd have to get a forage wagon and build a hayloft. I don't want to do that. Oh, the other thing, of course, that we're going to have up here is this is where I want to eventually build my BGA as well. So, yeah, we're going to try and build the BGA at the top end of this, I think, and go from there. Right, let's send the soil samples for analysis. Okay, and while we wait for them to come back, in fact, they are already back, only £500. And field 7 is looking like it's got no nitrogen at all. Yield, we can clear the yield on there. It wasn't great yield. It was, yeah, 75 to 85 we got off that field, really. So let's be able to clear yield map. There we go. Right, the other things we want to look at are the soil types. Oh, it does have a big strip of loam through it. It could be a really good field, that. But it's lacking in pH, and it's definitely lacking in nitrogen. It's not a big enough field for me to really do much with. And as I said, it's great space for us to place a BGA up that side. First thing we need to do then is get some lime on that field. So we'll drive down to the shop here in our John Deere and go and have a look. Have a look in the sale quickly first. Oh yeah, we've got the Commander Delta Force and the Case Terraflex. We don't need either of those. So what I want to get is a spreader, fertilizer spreaders. We're going to get the Breedle because this is the smallest one that holds lime. And as normal, I'm going to stick the Michelin tires on it. We will go with the spreading discs to keep our price down. We're not going to get an extension. Yeah, that will do. Basic setup. We want to spend as little money as possible. It is going to cost us $2,295 to lease it anyway. But we're doing a tiny field with it, so yeah, it's just it would probably have cost us something similar to have kept the big one, but we would have had the big one. That's the trouble. So yeah. It's not great, but it'll do us fine. I'm also wondering, what is the pH levels? Yeah, the pH levels on our other actual grass field are pretty poor. So we may turn around and try and up that as well once we've done the first cut. So we might have this hanging around just for a little bit to sort that out. I think there is a road up here. Yeah, there's a road down here for us to get access to the lime sell point. So we'll get this refilled and we'll get back up to the farm. So I'm all filled up and we're almost back at the farm. I'm just looking for my strip of grass here that is growing. I think we'll probably cut that. Well, as I said, we're going to do a load of grass work over the summer just to get these fields done. The one thing I'm still contemplating with this tractor is whether I should put GPS on it. I think it would be a good addition to this tractor. I think it would be great. The only thing that I'm slightly concerned about with this is the fact that we've got 50 hours on it. So then I wonder, well, is it worth doing it because we've got those 50 hours on this tractor and are going to need to replace it at some point. But until then, it's actually going to make quite a big difference to put that onto this tractor. So yeah, it's a big question that I'm not sure what the answer to is, other than go back to you guys. What do you think? Do you think we should put GPS and the crop sensors on this tractor, considering that I'm thinking of using it with the sprayer? Or do you think that we should just wait until we replace this tractor in a bit and go from there? Oh, my coverage is not great. And this is part of the reason why GPS would be brilliant. Oh, we can do the pH of the grass. I think while we've got this, we should do the pH of the grass as well. That would make a difference. So I am going to spread the lime in the grass as well, and that should help everything, or should help growth-wise in that too. Almost to the end of the field. Just need to get that little bit done there. Get myself out of the trees, and then there's a spot. There's a couple of patches at the edge of the field I'm less worried about, but we do have a spot. Yeah, that is running. We do have a spot down the bottom corner here that is just completely missed. So we want to clear that up quickly, and we've still got half of our lime left, so we're not going to be cutting this grass anytime soon. I think, well, we might be doing it next month. We're certainly not going to be doing it this month, so we might as well get some lime spread on here and raise the level in our grass as well. I think that would be a very good idea. It's gone very well. We're down to 33% left, and we've got most of the field done. I did it in 2 batches, so I did sort of up to our area of grass where is freshly planted, and then I've come round and we're doing the long lengths of this end of the field now, and it's worked really, really well for us. We've got a nice level pH across the field, which is great, and it means that the grass growing forward, maybe not this batch of grass, but the next batch of grass should be pretty good. And I probably should have done one of those lengths going right along the edge of this field here, because it's going to be a bit of a pain to do that last bit down this bottom end without going all over our cotton field. So I need to I'm going to need to clear up that corner, but otherwise this is working out really, really well, and we've got such a good coverage of lime on here. I'm kind of glad that we filled this right up. I did have a feeling, and I need to kind of go and check in the shed, that we might have a little bit of lime kicking around in the shed. It's not a huge amount. I think it was like a couple of bags maybe. Would not have been enough to do everything. But certainly this seems to be working out fairly well for us at the moment. And yeah, we've still got 23% left. So I think we're going to have a couple of bags of lime left out of this. I think they're 1,000-litre ones. They're either 1,000-litre ones or 2,000-litre ones. And then if we clear up along this last section here, that is a fairly good coverage of lime. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. pH levels across our 2 grass fields, or what will be our 2 grass fields, are looking good. And we've got 1,800 litres of lime left. So if we've got anything in the shed, I think what I'm going to do is load it up into this. And then we'll be able to get as few bags out as possible. Yeah, as I thought, there are 2 bags in this shed over here. Before I go in there and get them out, though, how much is in the mist? One has like 200 litres, 2,000, 1,100. We're going to end up with, yeah, we got 1184, 18. I think that's going to end up with not making a huge amount of difference. Because this is one 1,800 bag. So, yeah, let's unload that. Oh, it's unloaded it in the perfect spot for us. 1,800. If there was one 200 litre bag, that would have made a difference. Or 150 litre bag. That would have made a difference. As it is, it's an 1,100 litre bag, so we'd end up with just as many bags anyway. Yes, one of them would be a full bag, and the other would be about 1,000 litres, but that doesn't make a big difference in the grand scheme of things, really. There we go. That should be close enough. Drop it down and check it again. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Let's clean things up, and I really think this time we don't have any use for that spreader. So I'm going to give this all a wash down, the tractor especially. With 50 hours on it, we want to keep it as clean as possible, prevent it from breaking down and degrading too quickly. Yeah, save us a bit of money. 50 hours is a little bit of a problem from that point of view. We will disconnect. Oh, let's return the hose first. Right, then we can disconnect everything from the back of this, I think. Yeah, there we go. And off. And we'll go and put this away, and we'll get that collected because, yeah, we do not have need for a lime spreader right now. Just to check, all of our fields have been done. Field 8, yes, is showing the same for the loam across there. We've got a fairly solid set of colours across all of our fields. So I'm happy enough with that. So that is all done. Let's head into here and go to the fertilizer spreaders and return that. Yes. Okay. Right, next, we're back out in this, actually. We need to go and get hooked up to the mulcher and get the field mulched. So, hooked up the mulcher, and we'll just take this round and out. We'll set it down on the field. I will probably go and do one headland round first, maybe, I think. Just so that we get a good turnaround set up. And then from there, we'll be able to just go up and down the field. So down with this, and away we mulch and get this in. And this again will give us a bigger yield on the grass. And we're gonna do the whole field as grass this year, despite the fact that we're eventually looking to put a BGA on this space. And that is purely because I want to get a really good high yield grass cut off everything we can this year. Give us a really good store of hay, and that will then keep us going for a long while, and we can start looking at expanding our dairy herd. My technique to get right into the corners with this is fairly simple. I go right up to the edge. I back it out. I then come in and turn into the next bit that I want to go into. I back it back into the corner again because there's always a section that gets missed in the middle. And then we go forwards. And that gives us a nice square corner with this roller and keeps everything where I want it to be, and means that we get a nice clean setup. And then when we come back to this final corner, we are nicely in there. So that means that now we have a good area to turn around on the edge of the fields. And we can just continue mulching and get the rest of this field done. It's cracking. I'm very, very happy with it. And it's also, yeah, mulches the lime in, as you can see. Despite the fact that we've got the headland area on this, there is still a certain amount of maneuvering at each end. You have to do that in order to stay on to the field. So we've got the space to turn around. We turn a little bit early. We come right round into a whole lane over. But we then reverse up so that we can capture this bit that's missed. If I can maneuver myself properly. There we go. And yeah, you then get yourself in a position to get the next line, and away you go. And that way you don't miss anything, which is yeah, kind of the point of what we're doing. We want to mulch the whole field and making sure that we get everything at the ends of the fields is so much better than missing small patches that we then have to go back and go over later. I think my plan for this field is probably to be cutting the grass on it in September. So if we can get to the point today where we're ready to plant for in July, that would be really good. October and November are going to be absolutely packed with us getting our cotton and our maize cut. So, yeah, we really need to have all of our grass work done by September in order to fully get everything done we want to get done this year. Getting this planted today would be great, but we are a little bit low on time, and we still need to get our plow over this because we can't... I don't think we can use our... roller on here. I don't think that will actually work. We can give it a try. I mean, if we can direct seed into this, all the better. But I don't think we can do that. Our planter doesn't do grass, so we can't direct seed into the here. I don't think. Let's just have a quick look at this. So we are currently... I know we did buy the planter. Yeah, the planter doesn't do grass. So the only way that we can plant this is with our grassland care here. This, and I don't think that this will direct seed. So, yeah, we've got to go and get this field cultivated first. Although, I'm not against putting the seeder on here and our grassland roller on here and seeing if it will actually... plant the grass. So we'll put the mulcher back next to the rollers. Over here. And right next to it is our grassland roller. So I'll hook that over onto this while we're here. And yeah, maybe we can quickly see if there's any way of planting this. There's no cultivator set up on this roller, so it wouldn't surprise me if it didn't work. We'll go and grab a few handfuls out of the big bags. So no need to get our big bag loader off from over there. Yeah, it doesn't take much, so there we go. And cover that up again. Right. 200 litres of grass seed. Let's see if this will actually... do what we want and direct seed it. If it will, that would be amazing. I'm not expecting it to. It also looks like our grassland roller needs some repairs, looking at that as well. Will this work? I don't think this will work. Turn it on. And let's drop it down. No, we need to cultivate the ground first. So let's move this out the way. And we'll just park it up over here, because we'll never get our big plow onto this field this way. Trailer's too much in the way. And time to get the Steiger out. This is our beast of a tractor that does all of our big work. And there isn't much bigger work we've got on here than this huge John Deere plow. Throw that out, onto the back, hook it all up, and yeah, we'll head around this way. I mean, this just dwarfs this tractor, this piece of kit. Thankfully, this piece of kit does have quite a good pulling power. So, unfold it. And this job is going to take next to no time at all. Look at that. It's just mahoosive. Back it up. The edge of the field. Make sure that we've got allow create fields off. Yep, we have. Because I don't want this widening this. And then away we go. Yeah, this is going to take about 5 passes to do this field, I think. Now, this is bringing up a load of stones. I don't know what size they are. They look bigger than the small stones. That's unfortunate, because that is going to delay our planting of the grass by a day. Yeah, look, they're not large stones, but they are medium stones. So we are going to have to turn around and bring the stone picker up on here. That means I can't immediately get the grass in here. We're going to have to do that in July. And yeah, so next time our plan is going to be to grab a stone picker, get this field picked, and then we will get the grass into it, and then we'll get it rolled. And we'll probably at the same time, well, in the next month, try and do the first cut of the other grass field. That way, both fields should be in a roughly the same position in September, and we'll be able to get a second cut of our other grass field. So not all is lost. We will get a cut out anyway from the other field. But it's a little bit of a shame, because we are going to have to still work field 7 a little bit longer as the rain comes down around 5:30 in the evening. All in all, I think I was fairly ambitious today to turn this field round and get it resown with grass in a day, having done everything we needed to do to maximize the yield of that. Would have been very impressive. But it just, yeah, it wasn't possible. One more job stood in the way, and to be honest, there really are 3 more jobs, and yeah, it's got to the end of the day, and we need to oh wow, yeah, driving across plowed turf, not great. So yeah, not much we could have done, really. I am pleased though. It's not to say that I'm not unhappy, or I'm not. Oh man, I am happy with our progress. It's been pretty good. We've got a lot done, and this field is now ready for the grass to go in it. Just about. We need to throw the stone picker over it, so we'll go and grab that for next time, and we'll get the grass in. For now, though, I'm going to leave this here, so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.